2 golden beams pierced heaven. The gods trembled. Born from stone, destined for chaos, this is the rise of Sun Wukong. How did a playful monkey become a king, a disciple, and eventually a threat to the heavens? The answer starts here. Chapter 1: The Stone Monkey's Journey Across the Seas. Long, long ago, after the world was formed, the lands were divided into 4 great continents. Our tale begins in the eastern realm known as East Purity Continent, where a magical kingdom called Aolai lay by the sea. Just off its shores stood a magnificent mountain, the Flower Fruit Mountain. This was no ordinary place. It was the root of all lands, a pillar between heaven and earth. At the very peak of this mountain rested a mystical stone. It stood tall and round, shaped by the winds and rains of ages. One day, with a soft crack, the stone split open, revealing a smooth, round egg. As the breeze touched it, the egg transformed into a little stone monkey, complete with bright eyes, nimble limbs, and a curious spirit. The moment it opened its eyes, 2 beams of golden light shot straight up to the heavens, startling even the Jade Emperor himself. The Emperor summoned his trusted watchers, 1,000-mile eye and wind-catching ear, to investigate. After a moment, they returned and reported, "The light comes from a stone monkey born on Flower Fruit Mountain. It has eaten and drunk, and now the glow fades." The Jade Emperor smiled. "All things born of heaven and earth are wondrous in their own way. Let it be." And so, the stone monkey grew. It leaped through the trees, sipped from crystal springs, and feasted on fruits and flowers. It played with wolves, befriended deer, and rested beneath the stars. Seasons passed without notice, for in the mountain time stood still. One sweltering summer day, the monkeys sought shade beneath the pines, laughing and tumbling about. As they played, they noticed a rushing stream and wondered, "Where does this water come from? Let's follow it to its source," one cried. And so they did, climbing higher and higher until they reached a mighty waterfall, its mist shimmering like silver. "What a sight!" the monkeys cheered. "If anyone dares leap through and finds what lies beyond, we'll crown them our king." 3 times they called, and then out sprang the stone monkey. "I'll go," it declared. With a deep breath, it shut its eyes, crouched low, and leaped straight into the cascade. To its surprise, there was no crashing water inside, only a quiet bridge of ironwood leading to a hidden paradise. Lush trees, fragrant flowers, and stone furniture filled the cavern, tables, beds, even bowls and pots, all carved by nature's hand. At the heart of it all, an inscription glowed: "Flower Fruit Mountain, Land of Blessings. Water Curtain Cave, Heaven's Hideaway." Overjoyed, the stone monkey rushed back outside, shaking off droplets. "Wonderful news," it cried. "There's a home waiting for us, safe from storms, warm in winter, with room for all." The monkeys clambered in, gasping at the beauty. They dashed about, claiming beds and bowls in delight. When the excitement settled, the stone monkey perched atop a stone seat. "A promise is a promise," it said wisely. "Whoever found this haven was to be your king. Will you honor your word? With cheerful cries, the monkeys bowed. Long live our king! And so, the stone monkey became the handsome Monkey King, ruling with joy over his tribe. By day, they explored the mountain. By night, they rested in their secret cave, living in happiness without end. For centuries, the handsome Monkey King lived in bliss among his tribe, feasting beneath the moon and dancing through the peach groves. But one day, in the midst of laughter, his smile faded. A shadow crossed his heart, and tears fell like dewdrops. His subjects gathered around, puzzled. Why does our king grieve? Even in joy, he sighed. I cannot shake this thought. One day age will weaken me, and the Lord of Death will claim me. What good is freedom if it ends in dust? The monkeys wailed in despair until one elder spoke up. Great king, your wisdom shines. Of all creatures, only 3 escape death's grasp. The Buddhas, the immortals, and the holy sages. They dwell in sacred mountains, untouched by time. Hope lit the Monkey King's eyes. Then I shall find them, he declared. I'll cross oceans and climb peaks until I learn the secret of eternal life. The next morning, his tribe prepared a grand farewell. They piled the raft with fruits and flowers, and as he set sail, their cheers echoed across the waves. For years, the Monkey King wandered the mortal lands. He dressed in borrowed robes, watching humans chase gold and glory, blind to the true treasure of immortality. How foolish, he mused. They fret over trinkets while death waits at their door. Undeterred, he built a new raft and sailed west, where legend spoke of sages. At last, he reached a mist-wrapped mountain, its forests humming with mystery. Deep in the woods, a woodsman's song caught his ear. Where paths cross, seek the wise. Those who chant the sacred verses, seated beneath the moon. The Monkey King rushed forward, bowing low. Holy One, teach me the way to immortality. The woodsman laughed. I'm but a humble man. The true sage lives yonder, Master Subodhi of the Cave of Moon and 3 stars. Follow the southern path, and you'll find his door. With a heart aflame, the Monkey King raced toward the mountain, ready to kneel before wisdom itself. Following the winding path for miles, the Monkey King at last spotted a stone tablet carved with elegant characters. Spirit Tower, Heart Mountain, Cave of Moon and 3 stars. Just as he hesitated at the entrance, the wooden gate creaked open on its own. A young disciple stepped out, eyeing him curiously. My master was about to begin his lecture, the boy said, when he suddenly sent me to greet a seeker at our door. That must be you. Indeed it is, the Monkey King grinned. Inside the cavernous hall, the air hummed with wisdom. The Monkey King threw himself to the ground, bowing again and again. Master, your humble disciple pays his respects. The sage, seated atop a lotus platform, studied him. From where do you hail? Speak truly before you bow. The water curtain cave of Flower Fruit Mountain, the Monkey King answered proudly. In the land of Aolai, East Purity Continent. Lies, thundered the sage. That realm lies beyond 2 oceans and a continent. How could a trickster like you cross such distances? I sailed on rafts, the Monkey King insisted, forehead pressed to the floor. It took me 10 years of wandering to find this sacred place. The master's stern expression softened slightly. If you came step by step, then tell me, what is your family name? I've no temper to speak of, the Monkey King replied cheerfully. When men insult me, I bear no grudge. When they strike me, I simply bow and walk away. Not that kind of nature, the sage sighed. Who were your parents? I had none, said the Monkey King. I was born from a stone on Flower Fruit Mountain, a rock that split open one day and let me free. When the master heard the monkey's extraordinary origin, a quiet delight stirred within him. So you are truly a child of heaven and earth, he mused. Rise, and let me see you walk. The Monkey King sprang up and scampered in lively circles, his movements as playful as the wind through pine branches. The sage chuckled. Though your form is humble, you move like a squirrel who feasts on pine nuts. Were I to name you after your nature, the character Wu would suit. But its essence speaks of the ancient moon, which bears no life. Better the character Xuan, which carries the promise of new beginnings, like a tender sapling reaching for the sun. Overjoyed, the monkey kowtowed eagerly. Yes, yes, at last I have a name. But, master, if you would grant me one more kindness, a name to be called by, that I may honor your wisdom. The sage nodded. Among my disciples, 12 generations are marked by 12 words. Yours falls upon Wu, awakening. Thus shall you be known as Sun Wukong, monkey awakened to emptiness. Sun Wukong, the monkey repeated, laughing with delight. From this day forward, that is who I shall be. With this new name, Sun Wukong bowed deeply to the master and his fellow disciples. In the years that followed, he learned the ways of the sage's household, tending gardens, carrying water, studying scriptures, and mastering the rituals of wisdom. Seasons passed like gentle streams, and before he knew it, 6 years had slipped by in quiet devotion. One day, as the master sat upon his dais expounding the great way to his disciples, Sun Wukong listened with such fervor that his hands fluttered like leaves and his feet tapped out a silent rhythm. When the sage's wisdom sparkled especially bright, the monkey could no longer contain himself. He wriggled, grinned, and nearly turned a somersault right there on the floor. The master's voice cut through the hall like a winter wind. Sun Wukong, why do you disturb the lesson? Forgive me, master. Wukong clasped his paws. When your words shine with such truth, my very bones tremble with joy. A long silence followed. Then the sage leaned forward. Tell me, little disciple, what is it you seek to learn? Only what you wish to teach, Wukong answered politely. Shall I instruct you in the art of formulas? Will it grant eternal life? No. Then I shan't learn it. The school of currents, perhaps? Does it conquer death? It does not. No interest. One by one, the master offered paths, the way of stillness, the method of motion. But each time, Wukong's question remained the same, and each time, his tail drooped at the answer. The master's patience finally wore thin. With a swift movement, he descended from his seat, bamboo ruler in hand. Pointing it straight at Wukong's nose, he demanded, "You impudent creature, if you refuse to learn any of these paths, what exactly do you seek?" Before Wukong could reply, The sage struck him 3 times on the head, then turned with hands clasped behind his back and disappeared behind the heavy central door. The other disciples gasped, scolding Wukong for his disrespect, but the monkey merely grinned, understanding the hidden message. 3 strikes meant the 3rd watch of the night. The master's backward steps and closed door signaled a secret meeting at the rear entrance. That night, Wukong pretended to sleep until the chamber echoed with his peers' steady breathing. As the 3rd watch approached, he slipped silently from his bed, dressed, and tiptoed through the moonlit courtyard to the master's quarters. The back door stood slightly ajar. Inside, the sage feigned sleep, murmuring, "Hard, so hard. The way's deepest art, not for idlers who seek without heart. Fools chatter till their tongues grow tired, while truth waits for the true desire." "Master," Wukong whispered, kneeling, "your pupil has waited long." A smile touched the sage's lips. This monkey, born of heaven and earth, had indeed deciphered his riddle. "Since fate has guided you here," he said, "listen closely." And under the hush of midnight, he whispered the sacred verses of immortality. Wukong knelt motionless, etching each syllable into his soul. 3 more years passed, during which the master taught Wukong the wondrous art of 72 transformation. One evening, as twilight painted the sky, the sage stood with his disciples before the cave and turned to Wukong. "Have you mastered all I taught?" "Thanks to your wisdom," Wukong replied. "I can now ride the mists and ascend the clouds." "Show me," said the master. With a playful leap, Wukong sprang 50 feet into the air, tumbling upon the rosy clouds. He sailed for the time it takes to eat a meal, covering about 3 miles before landing lightly before his teacher. "Behold, master, cloud riding." The sage chuckled. "That? Why, that's merely cloud crawling. True cloud riding means circling the 4 seas before sunset." Wukong's ears drooped. Such skill seems impossible. "Nothing is impossible," the master said gently, "for one with a determined heart." The Monkey King knelt at once. "Then complete your kindness, master. You've taught me transformation. Now teach me to truly ride the winds. I'll never forget your grace." And so, the sage revealed the secret of the somersault cloud. A single flip, carrying 184,000 miles through the heavens. One day, as Sun Wukong proudly demonstrated his 72 transformations and cloud somersaulting skills before his fellow disciples, the master observed from afar. His brow darkened with displeasure. "Those who walk the path of wisdom," he intoned, "know that careless words scatter one's spirit, and reckless actions breed discord. This unseemly display ill becomes seekers of truth. Come forth, Wukong." Trembling, the monkey approached. "Though your offense is grave," the master continued, "I shall not punish you, but you must leave this place at once." Tears welled in Wukong's eyes. "Master, where would you have me go?" "Return to your origin," came the quiet reply. "My home lies across the seas," Wukong whispered. "In the water, curtain cave, a flower fruit mountain." "Then go with the wind," said the master. "Yet mark this well, though mischief may follow you like shadow, never speak my name. Should you whisper but half a word of our bond." Here his voice turned stern as winter frost. "I shall know, and no mountain will hide you from my reckoning. Not a syllable shall pass my lips," Wukong vowed, bowing low. I'll claim these arts as self-taught. With final bows to his master and brothers, the Monkey King somersaulted into the clouds, a golden streak against the blue, bound for home and whatever adventures awaited.